All right, I've packed up all my aircraft stuff and I'm about to do part 2, which will be the final part of my avionics upgrade. So let's go drive out to the airport and check out part 2.
Hey, so I want to give a couple shout outs. The first one is to my avionics installer, Randy Ziemer, with RNS Aviation out of Jackson, California. Randy just did an awesome job with this panel. And from what I understand, I think he said that this is the first panel that he has designed himself using AutoCAD. And I think it is just amazing. It flows very well. It's easy to reach everything. It's easy to see everything. And he just did a great job. Special shout out to you, Randy. Thanks so much. You did a great job. I also want to give a shout out to the Family Pilot, Baron Pilot, and 310 Pilot. Those are 3 channels I watch quite frequently. And you guys make making these videos look so easy, and it is not. I've tried a few different techniques with this particular video, and it's taken me a very long time, and it's not easy. So special shout out to you guys for putting together some really great videos. And so let's go ahead and let's get started with the avionics upgrade number 2. Okay, so I wanted to show a side-by-side from my old panel on the left and my new panel on the right, and kind of give you an idea of how different it looks right now. Now, the only thing that's kind of too bad about the panel on the right is that I'm struggling right now with getting a turn coordinator that actually works. And so I've got my turn coordinator out right now. But the things that I removed or had removed on the left-hand side was I had my entire vacuum system removed, a KMA-20 audio panel, an Apollo 2 Morrow low-ran navigator, a KT-76A transponder, 2 MX-170C navcoms, an altitude encoder, a PM-1000 intercom, an EDM-700 engine monitor, factory engine cluster gauges, manifold pressure and fuel pressure gauge, a tachometer, a K1209 indicator for VOR, localizer, and glide slope, a directional gyro, an attitude gyro, the Mooney vacuum step actuator, that's the piece that pulls your the step up, the rotating beacon, KN75 remote glide slope receiver, left and right fuel senders, and a whiskey compass, and a lot of wire. I don't know the exact weight of the wire, but there was a lot. And that's what we had removed from the old system. And what we had installed to replace all that is a Garmin GNX 375 transponder, GPS, and ADS-B in and out, a Garmin GMA 345 audio panel, a Garmin GTR 255 COM radio, a GNC 255 navcom, in electronic instruments, it's an EI MVP50 engine monitor, a Garmin G5 attitude indicator, a Garmin HSI with GAD29 and GMU11 for all the intercommunication, Sun Beacon 2 on the belly, mid-continent dual USB, so you see those on the left and right, CO Guardian CO detector, and finally an electronic motor that brings the step up and down. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but that is not working out too well for me. And so I kind of went over quickly. I do provide an inventory list and a price list for everything at the end, and so you can see how much I paid. But I'll tell you that I did pay $52,000 after all was said and done. So that's parts, equipment, taxes and labor. Came out to $52,000.
Part 1 wasn't a flying video, but I'll make there's somebody coming. I'll make a part 2 and it'll be a flying video. I decided to go with an MVP 50 from Electronics International. So it's an EI MVP 50. And I could not be happier with that. You'll see it as soon as we get out to the plane. Oh my gosh, that thing replaced every single instrument that I had on the right panel. Everything works very well together. If the pattern isn't too full, I'll do a precision approach using runway 7 out of Auburn and kind of show you how I do it. I'm not instrument certified, so this is not instruction. I'm just showing you how I'm using the equipment that's in my plane. That's the disclaimer. So that's it for now. Let's go out to the plane. All right, we're here. We're at the plane. Let me put this down so I can do the checkout. We'll be back. Clear. Here we go. All right, everything is in the green. Avionics coming on. All right, everybody. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you can see everything. You're probably not going to see that. The glare is too high. But that's okay, maybe. I don't know. This is part 2 of the Avionics upgrade. Gonna be a quick flight. And I'm doing this for, this is part 2 of the Avionics upgrade. So let me get myself situated here. All right, we'll go to, okay, first thing I want to do is show you how I do my flight planning. Just making sure nobody's around. Okay, good. So I'd like to do my flight planning on my iPad. So I'm going to clear everything. And let's say I'm going to go to Lincoln. So I'll type in AUN space LHM space.
Auburn traffic, Skyhawk 1306 Charlie is 5 miles southwest. We'll overfly midfield, enter left crosswind, runway 7, Auburn.
All right, so runway 7 is what we're using, which is great, because that's the precision approach. So now that I've got my flight plan in there, it's a simple one, Auburn to Lincoln. I'm going to send it to the panel. The iPad is connected to my GNX 375. I hit message, preview, Auburn to Lincoln. I like it. I'm going to activate it. And now you can see that the G5 has changed position here. And it gives me my track of 245 degrees. And a little. We'll load route. See this iPad? I don't know if you can see that, but it asks, do I want to load the route? Yes, I do. I want to load the route. So now this iPad, and now my phone, also load route, are all in sync with the GNX 375. We've got our ATIS 29993. So what I do is I put 2993 in my G5. I'm going to put 2993 in my altimeter, and they both are reading 1540, which is our field elevation here. All right, so this is what we've got. I'll show you all my old stuff. We've got, you know, the older gauges here. This is my turn coordinator, which has failed. I think I might be able to put another G5 here, and then that will act as my turn coordinator, but I've got to check on that. I don't know if that's valid. This is my GMA 345 audio panel, Bluetooth. This thing is amazing. I love it. We can play music while we're in flight, and I do that all the time. There we go. You're probably hearing that, I hope. All right, and then volume loud, volume quiet. So I'll put the quiet for now. We'll leave the music on. go back to
Auburn,
for flight.
06 Charlie, left base, runway 7, full stop, Auburn.
All right, GMA 345. Very cool device, but it has been amazing for me. I love it. Compared to what I had, this is amazing. And then this is a GNC.
Auburn, Skyhawk 06 Charlie, turning final, runway 7, full stop,
it's
Auburn.
either 255 or 355. It's a comm only. And down here, this is a nav comm. So I have 2 comms and a nav. This nav is connected to a receiver here. If I want to track the VORs, I can use this. If I want an ILS approach, I've got the glide slope and a horizontal situation indicator here, so I can run an ILS approach. I'm not instrument rated, and this is not training. I'm just saying this is how I could potentially use that. And this is a GNX 375. I love this thing. It is amazing. The only complaint I have about it so far, the only complaint, and I've probably flown about 30 hours in it with this, is it is a little small on the map. Here's the map. If you can see that, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but there's the map. You can scroll out and scroll in, but it would be nice to have a map that was twice the size, but for the price, this is great, everything that it has, which it also is my ADS-B in and out. Okay, so this, I didn't have ADS-B when I bought the plane. So now it has ADS-B in and out. And that's how I can get all this stuff. And these are, so these are on a battery, the G5 stack, 4-hour batteries. That means if I lose all my electronics, I still get 4 hours out of that. So I've got a backup system here with ForeFlight. So ForeFlight's running here, here, and here. I don't know how I'm doing that. I guess you can run it on 3 devices? I thought it was 2. Maybe I bought the one that's 3. Can't remember. I don't know why I'm running it on 3, but I am. Alright. So far I went through the audio panel, the GNX 375, the G5 stack, so I've got horizontal situation indicator here, the HSI, and I have my attitude indicator, my airspeed, vertical speed indicator, what else? I've got more than that. I've got the turn coordinator ball. What am I missing? So I've got altitude, so altitude, vertical speed, airspeed, attitude, or the ball. I guess that's it. Well, it's sort of like a synthetic vision too. Anyways, what are we on? We're on our left tank. Okay. And then over here is the MP50, the Electronics International MP50, EI MP50. There we go. I wanted to make a sound so that you would see it, but here we go. Let's touch that. So that is the MP50, and the CO detector is right there, and that is connected to my EI50, so if we encounter any carbon monoxide, it will alert here. Okay? Okay, let's go fly. I'll put this back. All right. The wind's going to be coming a little bit from my right. Let's do a run up. I'll be right back with you. Doors and windows are closed. Transponder. Okay, that's the other thing. Here's the transponder. We'll put it to alt, altitude reporting, enter. There's the transponder. There we go. We're not going to fly very long. This is going to be a quick flight. Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-ray, departing runway 7 to be a left downwind departure, Auburn. I don't take off runway 7 very often. Give myself as much runway as I can. Runway is a bit, got a downslope and then an upslope. All right, here we go, full power. Airspeed's alive, instruments are in the green, I'm pulling back. We've got crosswind correction. There we go. Tapping the brakes. All right, gear's coming up. All right, gear isn't up. There we go. Flaps coming up. I made a mistake, and I will explain what I did. Too bad it was caught on camera, but glad it was caught on camera because I won't do that again. I usually have passengers, but my seatbelt was in the way of my gear, and I'm supposed to check that. I didn't do that. It's not on my checklist to add it. All right, let's go ahead and make our downwind turn. All right, we're flying to Lincoln, right? So let's fly to the arrow. Okay. Well, let's stay in the pattern here first. And it's hazy and it's sun's in our eyes. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day. So let me come back a little bit here. All right. So this is telling me I'm leaning out now. I don't need to go more than 3,000. So let's stay about 16 on the manifold pressure. I'm gonna come back, lean it out a bit, and I'll come back with the prop to about 22. Here we go. All right, one thing about the MVP 50. So I read my documentation on my engine and propeller. I have a Scimitar, a Hartzell Scimitar, and there are specific requirements about the type of engine you have and the manifold pressure and RPM that's allowed for that combination. And so I have to reset the red. So it's red right now. I know that's not good, but it's okay. I'm not running anything outside the parameters of the engine and the prop, according to the documentation that came with the propeller. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not instrument rated, and I'm kind of learning, and I'm teaching myself how to use the GNX 375. So I am going to keep an eye out here because it's hard to see. It's very hazy, but I can see, looks like somebody's in the pattern in Lincoln. So I'm going to come over here, and let me see if I can show you this. Okay, yeah, not sure if you're gonna see this. So okay, I'm flying towards my course line, right? I'm right of course according to the HSI, the G5 HSI. Here, let me trim it down a little because I'm climbing. I am right of course according to ForeFlight, and I'd probably be right of course according to that as well, but that's okay. So I'm gonna come back a little bit here. So let's change, all right? Let's say we want to go to Auburn. I want to go direct to Auburn. Activate. Now, look at that. It's telling me that's how you get back to Auburn. Make a 180, all right? But let's say I want to do an instrument approach into Auburn. Again, I'm not instrument rated. I'm just showing you how I am teaching myself how to do this. Hopefully you can see it. So I hit proc, approach. I'm not sure if I did that. It's a little bit bumpy here, sorry. Approach. Approach. RNAV. Oh shoot, we're still on Lincoln. Hold on. Approach. A. N. Okay. Sorry for the pause. It kind of looking out and looking at this at the same time, so I'm not sure what you're seeing here. It's a little bumpy. Let me do K-A-U. And see, this is where I need some help, because I would have thought that Auburn would have showed up, because I was flying direct to Auburn, not to Lincoln. But anyways, I got to figure that out. Like I said, I'm not instrument trained. I'm teaching myself how to use this. I'm going to go up with an instructor, and hopefully by the time I have the instructor, I'm hoping I will know a lot. You know, I don't want to have to pay to be taught. So RNAV 7, activate approach. All right. So now let me come over here to plates, find AUN runway 7. There we go. And I thought it was going to ask me if I want to run the course reversal, but it didn't. So this is where I get confused, because I was expecting it to say, do you want to run the course reversal? Now look at this. How cool is this? This is ForeFlight. Here's my plane, right? And actually it's telling me to go to Yadvi. Okay, so I can make a turn and go to Yadvi. We'll do that. I don't know if that's right. You know, a lot of people are probably going to comment about you know, the right way to do this. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not instructing anybody here. I'm just trying to learn how to fly the plane and use this equipment. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make a turn. All right. And I'm looking for Yadvi, which is right there. There's Yadvi. Okay, now I probably should be flying a course reversal. And like I said, I don't understand why the GNX 375 didn't ask me if I wanted to fly. It didn't ask me if I was vectors or others, so maybe it was because I was so close to Yadvi. I don't know. I'm going to look into that. But nevertheless, we are making a turn, standard rate. And I know according to this map, I need to be 3,000 feet when I pass over Yadvi, so I'm staying at 3,000. All right. Yeah, why didn't it ask me to do the course reversal? Or maybe if I had, you know, I wish I had done it. I wish I had selected SIDXU, if that's how you say it. And maybe it would have said, do you want to do the course reversal there? So we are flying 120 miles an hour, about 110 knots. I want to keep it about 3,000. There we are. I'm flying on the HSI. Look at the needles coming in. So I'm going to start turning. Give myself maybe 10 degrees. There we go. That line's coming in. That means I'm getting on course. Okay. Let's pretend I'm in the clouds right now. Some of you are probably...
Traffic to Auburn 907, 3 miles.
I don't know if he's...
Airport.
What is that? That is... Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-ray is about 5 miles on the RNAV runway 7 approach, Auburn. All right, just made my call into Auburn. I'm on track here. I'm on track there. And I am 1.7 miles away from Yadvi, 4.5 miles away from runway 7. I think from Yadvi. No, I'm 4.5 away. Okay, let's see if that changes. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you that. Yeah,
learning how to do this stuff. Let's see, I want to get down to...
Portland traffic, Chicago at 90075 Lima, 1 mile east, inbound, overflying at midfield.
Alright, well. Then I want to drop down to 1625. Oh, actually, no. I want to get on the glide slope now. See here? Here's the glide slope. Let's slow down a little. Give it a little more fuel. All right, I'm 4.5 mile. Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439, X-rays, 4.5 mile final, RNAV runway 7, Auburn. Okay, so I think there's somebody else coming in. See if I see anybody. I can't tell, he's not saying Auburn again, so I don't know. But, okay, so let me go up a little. I don't know, hopefully you can see that. The glide slope is coming in. And I'm left of course, so I'm going to go right of course. So I was looking for traffic, which when you're instrument, you're really not going to be looking for traffic. You're in the clouds, you can't see anybody. So I'm trying to keep up with the person who said they were flying midfield coming from the east. He's coming the opposite direction. If he's in Auburn, couldn't really tell. So at this point, I am 3.2 miles away, and I'm at my gear speed, so I'm going to go ahead and lower the gear. All right, gear is in and locked. All right, and then why don't I give it a notch of flaps? There we go, a couple notches. And let's just, whoop, sorry. Let's stay on the glide slope here. All right, I'm gonna cheat and show you the outside. So we are left of course. You can see we're left of course. I need to get back on course. I need to get back on my glide slope. I'm below. Okay, fly up to the diamond. All right, we're getting a little low, or slow. So speed it up a little. Now, at this point, I'm getting short final. So I'm gonna put the camera back on the window, and I hope you get the idea. Hope you can see everything here. All right, flying back to course, staying with my needle here. Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-ray, 2 mile final, RNAV runway 7, Auburn. I never saw the other plane. All right, but we've got a good speed. I've got a couple notches of flaps. I'm gonna go full rich on the mixture. Okay, we are on course now, and I'm a little above the glide slope. See, I'm not a good instrument pilot right now. But I'm looking out for this other guy that I heard him calling out, but I didn't see him. So let's stay on glide slope. I am looking out the window. Also looking at the instruments. Getting a little high. So let me drop last notch of flaps. Slow down a little. All right, a friend of mine told me to not crab, to hold that right rudder. I've got a right quartering headwind. So let me keep the airspeed right. I'm low. All right, I can see the runway now, so I'm gonna switch to visual. All right, gonna drop the right wheel first. There we go. Bounced. Sorry you guys had to see that. So that is how I would use the equipment. I probably should have done a missed approach. Let me go up and do that again, and maybe I can edit out all my mistakes. So you saw how I would, how I use the equipment. All right, I had enough of this. I am gonna go back to Auburn. All right, preview, Lincoln to Auburn, let's activate, replace current route, absolutely. So let's do this, let's go back. Let's do procedure, not arrival, approach, RNAV 7, activate approach, YADFI, there we go. Now, load route. Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-rays, 8 miles out on the RNAV runway 7, Auburn. All right, I made my call. I am left of course, so let's go a little right of course. I'm looking out the window. Yes, I am cheating, but I'm by myself and I'm not on an instrument plan. And I'm not training anybody because I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm playing. I'm using my equipment. I'm playing around. Hopefully not doing anything dangerous. Hopefully nobody says, hey, you shouldn't have done that. I am just using the equipment the best way I know how right now. I am not on an instrument approach. I'm just out here flying.
Auburn Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 0132 Zulu. Wind 110 at 8 knots. Visibility more than
110 at 8. So I've still got a little bit of a right quartering headwind. 8 knots, not incredibly high. Hopefully I don't float it this time. I floated my last landing. It embarrassed me in front of all of you. But that's real life, folks.
Auburn traffic, Sierra 788 Papa Golf, clear runway 07, Auburn.
And,
Auburn traffic, CHP 23 is 4.5 southwest, inbound for landing. We're planning left traffic for 7, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-ray, 2.5 mile final, RNAV runway 7, Auburn. All right, I'm way above the glide slope, but it's coming in.
Mooney inbound Auburn, are you guys planning a full stop?
I am planning a full stop, and if you want, I can break off. I'm just kind of playing around up here. How close were you?
Oh no, we're a couple miles out, and we'll enter from the south side. You go ahead and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thanks for that. I'm about 1.5 miles final, runway 7, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, beware that there are deer at the 25 end of the runway.
Copy that. Deer at the end of 25, thank you. All right, we got deer on the runway. That's not a good sign. Deer at the end of the runway. Okay, I'm keeping my eye open for anything. I might have to do a go-around. Also looking at my speed, which is good. Glide slope, I am below the glide slope. So I'm looking out, you know, what if it was an instrument? What if I couldn't see the runway? How would I know there were deer? All right, still below glide slope. All right,
CHP's got the Mooney in sight. CHP 23 is entering crosswind, making left traffic for runway 7, number 2 after the Mooney, Auburn.
All right, here we go. We're going to drop that right wing first. Did it again. Sure wish I could land this thing right. A little bit, didn't have the cross correction right, I think. Auburn traffic, Mooney 3439 X-ray, clear the active, Auburn. All right, that's good enough for me for now. Yeah, look at that. You can see the, well, you probably can't see it, but yeah, we do have a bit of a crosswind, so I could use some more crosswind practice there. I feel like, yeah, maybe a little bit too fast on the landing. But yeah, I did drop my right wheel first, then my left wheel, and then I kind of floated.
Auburn traffic, C-speed 23, left base, runway 7, Auburn.
But, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed Avionics Upgrade Part 2 of 2. I didn't know how many parts I was going to have when I did it, started it. And so, why did I take so long?
C-speed 23 turning final, runway 7, Auburn.
Why did I take so long between Part 1 and Part 2? I'll explain to you why I did. So, I'll have to make it fast because I'm almost at my spot. But after I did the Avionics upgrade, I took my plane to LASAR, Lake Aero Style and Repair. Love those guys. And I just wanted to fix the heavy left wing and one other small thing. And I had never taken the plane in yet because I just bought it. And I didn't do a pre-buy. Everybody, you need to do a pre-buy. But I didn't do a pre-buy, and so Lake Aero kind of did the post-buy for me. They found a lot of stuff, and they had it for a while, and they took good care of me. Nothing but good things to say about Lake Aero Style and Repair. I very happy. I'm about to lose. You're gonna turn you guys off in a second, but yeah, Lake Aero Style and Repair, great job. But the plane was down for a while, and they fixed a lot of things. I feel very comfortable and safe in the plane. And that's why it took me a while. And I have been flying a bit since I got it back. But that's only part of the reason. So you guys take care. Thanks for riding along. And sure, talk about all my mistakes. I'm sure I made a lot. See ya.